All right, we are live. What is up, guys? Tech here. Welcome back to another live stream. As you guys know, I planned this, but last minute. I know. I'm here with Eltechrikaño.
What's up?
What's going on? What's going on? How are you, man?
Wonderful.
Nice to actually be here
Yep.
and not actually be, freaking inviting you and you be at your house, maybe here.
Yep. It's nice to be here, at least.
So, what is up, chat? We are live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter today. I thought that connecting my Twitter account would probably bring more people to the chat. And not only that, but if people aren't aware of my YouTube channel on Twitter, then they could find it that way. What is up, Rockford? What's going on, man?
What's going on?
How are you, bro? So, today's live stream, you guys know that I did a couple videos a couple months ago, maybe a year ago, and we talked about, switching from iOS to Android. Now, I didn't think this would ever happen, okay? Because all you used to hear about is people switching from iOS to Android because Android has more customizations and this and that, and people just like the Android, world. And so recently I got a message from a friend of mine, and he said, "Hey, I'm looking into getting the iPhone. Which one do you recommend?" Now, this is funny. I used to have him on the channel. I had him a couple times, and and he used to always say, "Oh, I'm never switching. I'm never switching." Guy, never say never. Never say never. I'm actually proud of this guy for actually trying this out. It's going to be a good experience. Now, for somebody who has Android and iOS, Alex here, I've invited to talk about his experience and the things that you should be aware of when you're switching from Android to iOS, and the things that you need to know in order to do it and to actually have a good transition. Make it useful, and how to make your iPhone as useful as your Android phone was. So, Alex, man, how's your experience? How did you adjust yourself from iOS to Android? I mean, I know you used to have Android a while ago, like I did. I mean, I had the Samsung Galaxy S3 for about 2 years. Biggest mistake of my life. But that's besides the point.
Android's been great even back then. Just depends on the phone that you get. Software wasn't that great. I mean, it was an operating system. It was the first time that I had a smartphone that had a UI and stuff like that instead of one of the flip phones. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I believe that was even after high school, in 2014 after high school.
Damn.
When I could afford something to buy, and my parents gave me an allowance. So, it was nice. I had an old Samsung phone.
That was like what, the S6 or S7 you had?
Well, no, actually, the first one that I had was it was an old Samsung phone, just one of the prepaid ones.
Oh,
shoot. It sucked, but actually...
Wait, was that the one that I saw the last time I was over?
No, that was the second one.
Oh, wow.
That's the second one that I had was the Moto E.
Damn.
First generation, which was a mediocre. It was mediocre now, but at the time I liked it. It was nice. I just didn't know how, I didn't know operating systems. I had no idea.
Yep.
It was better than a flip phone, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
So, but definitely compared to the phones now, yeah, that thing sucked. My first phone was a Samsung, but it was an old Samsung SCH something. I don't know even the name of it. I took it apart and stuff like that because it no longer worked. I don't know what happened to it.
Gotcha.
But it was I don't know. And then it was just
joining us on Facebook is Miles. What's up, Miles?
What's going on, Miles? So I believe after the Moto E, I went to the S7. No, actually, it was the Moto G3.
Oh, wow.
The Moto G3, and I really like the features on that, where you can, I have the Galaxy S20 now, 5G.
Yeah, he has to add the 5G.
But it was nice because they had some features like, I think, Moto Actions, stuff like that, where I can chop twice to turn on the, the light for the flashlight, and then I can twist twist my phone to launch the camera and stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
And it had almost like always on display, just not, it wasn't an OLED display, but it was like Moto display or something like that, would show you notifications and stuff. So that was pretty cool. At the time, I really liked it, so I got it, and I have it at home. I didn't bring it, I should have, but it still works like a charm. It's pretty fast.
The next episode we should do is showing tech of the past that you have.
Yeah, well,
that'll be fun. That'll be fun.
But that was interesting. It no longer receives updates, obviously, but I really like that phone. Dual speaker, like it had 2 speaker grills on the sides here.
Oh,
really
wow.
Nice. I really liked it. It was really loud and stuff. But
wow, that's awesome.
But yeah, that was it. And then from there was the S7, and then I don't know what made me go. I'm trying to think. I just want to try it out. iPhone. I had the iPhone 5S, I believe. It was the first iPhone.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I couldn't afford that was the first time I could afford, phone. It was secondhand,
Right.
But that phone was all right. It started to slow down and stuff like that. I think that was when the slowing down gate thing was an issue.
Yeah. Honestly, guys, that wasn't even a thing. Everybody went all crazy about that. I think that depends on how long you had the phone, if you bought it brand new or used, and things like that, and what OS it has. Like if it has an older OS, then I mean, obviously it's gonna run slow.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And again, like I was just saying, if it's brand new or if it's used,
Yep.
I just got, for example, my godson gave me his old iPhone 8, and I mean it runs really smoothly. The only bad thing was the battery is a little bit degraded, but that's about it. And that's the kind of thing that you should also put into perspective when you're buying one. I personally suggest getting a brand new one. While the used ones are cheap, and if you do buy a used one, make sure that the battery is okay. I think it's like under 80% that you should start worrying about.
Yeah, that's what Apple says. Yep.
Yeah. So it's like after the battery capacity reaches 80%, then you should start worrying about changing the battery. If it's over that, it's fine.
Yep. Some sellers, now I bought a couple iPhones on eBay and stuff like that. Some sellers will replace the battery. Some sellers won't. It depends. I know one seller had, I can't remember the name. They had 71% and below, they would change it. Now they changed it to 80% and below. Not 80 or 85, somewhere around there. I mean, it's a cost for them. That's the problem,
Yeah.
So that's why. But you have to watch out for that. The battery will degrade, obviously, over time. And depends on the condition you get it. If you get it off from someone, not from a business, reselling it, refurbished. But from someone on eBay, random, or someone whatever, just know that the battery is going to be degraded.
Yeah.
Depends what kind of abuse it's been in. Overheat.
That's a thing too.
has it been overheating? Is the battery, is that an issue with the board or with that battery or whatever? So you never know. So are the ports clean? Anything like that? Any
Yeah.
little crack or crap, it could
That-
it could break once you get it. Anything could go wrong right there, and it's too late. You got it in your hands and stuff. So
Exactly.
unless they have a return policy.
Exactly. Now, I mean, what else is there? There's so much to like, I personally, the way I've seen it, as far as customizations go, I mean, now after iOS 14, even iOS 15, we could do a lot more customizations. And I personally think, and I've said this, phones, no matter if it's iPhone or Android, the only thing that's going to be different is the iOS. And I mean, maybe the charging ports, maybe. But, I know the majority of Android phones have USB-C and iPhones have Lightning. Still can't believe they don't have USB-C, but I'm not going to rant about that today in this live stream.
For now, we'll see.
Maybe.
So, I mean, going back to the what made me transfer from Android to iPhone, I just wanted to try iPhone. Honestly, I've heard of iPhone, and it's in its own class.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you get all this hardware with Android,
right?
And yet the OS is still, it's not synchronized. It's not this. It's not like iOS. It's not like Apple. Apple has their hardware. Apple has their software together. It's kind of difficult to match it with all kinds of specs and all kinds of hardware out there with Android.
Did you happen to watch yesterday's FPT?
I believe yes, actually, yeah.
So
about the
if you
software?
guys,
okay,
yeah, about the software.
Yeah.
If you guys didn't watch that, if you didn't watch John Prosser's Front Page Tech episode, guys, after this live stream, go watch it. He showed a clip of Steve Jobs talking about how they're more concentrated on software than they are on the hardware. I think that actually I know that they've kind of changed that after Steve Jobs passed away. Now they're while the iPhone is still kind of the same as far as hardware goes, the overall look. Again, I don't think that that's a fair point to argue when it comes to iOS and Android, because a lot of people say, "Oh, iPhone hasn't changed much at all." I'm sorry, but so has an Android. I mean, all the Androids, and correct me if I'm wrong, you've seen a majority of them nowadays. They all have that punch hole design, like all of them now.
Mm-hmm.
And like a lot of people are saying, no, iPhone only has that notch. It just looks the same. All Androids look the same too. What's the difference between them? Like,
Well, yeah. Well, some have the teardrop, some have the punch hole.
Yeah.
But I get it, and none of them have the notch except for the the Pixel.
Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah, the Pixel.
I don't know which Pixel it was, but that was a monster.
Pixel 5? No. Yeah, I think it was a Pixel 5.
That was a monster notch.
Or Pixel
anyway.
4, something like that. Anyway. But to me, like, when people used to say that, it was just like, yeah, well, the majority of Androids look the same too. So what's your point? You can't argue that. I'm sorry. I don't think you can. I don't think you should.
Except for the specs and stuff and how it runs.
Yeah.
Android. That's really it.
Exactly.
And depending on the updates, the security updates, and if carriers even decide to release, to work on an update, well, I mean, yeah, because I haven't unlocked one, so I get it through. I think it's an international one, so it's just unlocked.
Right.
So I get the updates, I think, a little bit faster than the carrier ones.
Right.
So,
Right.
which is crazy. Still, I think that's a thing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's a thing. Android has gotten a little bit better, I believe, with that. Google has, obviously, with their Pixel.
Oh,
You
for
just
sure.
you have
They blew it out of the park with the Pixel this year. I'm sorry.
you have the Apple-esque software and hardware now. It's there with Google.
Oh yeah,
So
for sure. I mean, especially Google and Apple, I think are similar in a various amount of ways. When somebody asks me what Android I should get, I always tell them go for Google. Like seriously, I even have a friend who has a cheap ass Android phone, and I told her go with Google Pixel. If you want an Android phone, go to Google. Seriously, yes, it's more expensive, but you're getting a really good camera. And this was actually something that we were talking about yesterday because she was trying to take a picture on her phone and she took one with my phone and she's like, holy crap, that's a big difference. I'm like, obviously, I mean, this is a high-end phone. Yours is one of the cheaper Samsungs,
mhm. I even think the S20, even though it's about a generation old,
Yeah.
its camera isn't as I thought it was gonna look like. The iPhone 11 even beat it. And
Oh yeah.
that's unfortunate. Because this was at one point $1,000.
Right.
Got it for way much less.
And
But
even for Google, I gotta say, if you're a YouTuber and you do the majority of work with your phone, as far as recording goes, don't get Google. Get either OnePlus or Samsung because as far as the camera goes, yes, they knocked it off the park with the photos. I've been hearing a lot of complaints with the recording of the Google Pixels. I haven't really messed with it myself because I don't have one. By the way, if somebody wants to send one to me, please do. But yeah, I mean that's the only complaint that I've really heard. Other than that, I mean, have you recorded stuff with that?
I have sometimes. It had some security updates and stuff. I doubt there was any software. Android 12 hasn't come out yet for this, so
I don't know. To be honest,
I haven't received any updates, just security updates. So, but
oh wow,
it's been a while since I recorded. I'm usually with my iPhone 12.
yeah.
Since I'm not sure. I know the camera quality isn't as the best. I thought it would be great. It had 3 cameras and
Yeah, and that's the downside of Androids. It's like they hype it up so much.
Zach talks tech. How you doing?
Ooh, Zach, what's up? What is up, man? Man, Zach, I would love to have you on a stream one day, man.
So, I mean, it disappoints me. I spent some money on here. Yeah, I haven't. It was half. It was much less than even half.
Yeah,
a little less than half. But I was disappointed. I don't know. That was a bummer. I thought, hey, I took a couple pictures. Great. Compare it to the iPhone. But I mean, it still takes good pictures. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, it does.
But
I've seen some of the pictures, and I'm not saying it's not bad, but
no, if you compare it side to side, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Yeah, Zach, I'll message you, man. Definitely before the new year, I can make it happen if you're available sometime mid to end December. If you're available, that would be great for me. I have a lot of people lined up right now, but I'll definitely make it happen, man. Thank you for coming on. That really appreciate it.
So it was the transit. So I mean, one of the things that I was worried about somewhat was the apps. There were the apps. when going from Android to iPhone. Honestly, I didn't use a lot of apps, Twitter and stuff like that. Those were the mainstream ones. So, I mean, some games I couldn't play on there. But honestly, it wasn't much. It was an easy transfer. I believe they had I think it's iOS. I don't know if they or Android. They have like a transfer app.
Yep.
Too.
Yep.
I don't know if I use that. It's been a while.
Yeah. That's another thing. Because a lot of people were saying, "Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna get all my data." Don't worry about that. Make sure you guys have everything as far as photos and everything else backed up onto Google Drive and Google Photos, and you'll be all set. Because then you can download those apps on iOS and get them and save them to the new device. So as far as that goes, that's all set.
So let's see. I'm trying to find a iOS to Android data transfer. I mean, some of these could be fake. It could be other ones. I don't know which one.
I would definitely suggest looking it up. Seeing which one people want to use. One thing is for sure. If you guys have a Twitter account, then either DM or tag somebody on Twitter and ask them. The tech community is an awesome community. I've worked with a lot of big and small creators. Zach Talks Tech himself being one of them. I actually remember that, I don't know if I told you, but Zach was the one. Remember my Nomad wallet?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Zach was the one that sent it out to me.
Oh, awesome.
So so it was funny. I was going through Instagram and I was just liking everything I saw. And of course, I saw the Nomad wallet. So I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, damn, it would be so awesome to get one of these. Like the thing. And then Zach messages me and was like, hey, you won the Nomad wallet. I'm like, what? So, Zach, shout out to you, man. Thank you for coming and saluting me, man. And thank you for the Nomad wallet that I'm still using to this day. I don't go anywhere without it, especially if I'm going out for the day. I always have that thing with me because it has the lightning cable so I can charge my phone whenever I need it to. Man, if I could actually grab some more stuff from Nomad, that would be awesome. Really? This is why. Okay. I was actually looking at the portable chargers, and man, those things, I'm telling you, are amazing. Especially the wireless chargers that they have. When I can't answer, I can't answer. Jesus Christ. People love calling me during my live streams. I apologize, guys. I try to set these things up where nobody's going to bother me and people just bother me because they know I'm live. I swear. And actually, sometimes I've had friends call me knowing that I'm live, and then they'll message me saying, I just wanted to make you laugh and, embarrassed on the stream. Thank you, guys. You know who you are. But Nomad has really good stuff. And cases. I mean, they sell everything. If you guys go to nomad.com, they have so much. So what else is there to talk about, man?
Let's see.
There's just so much. I mean,
the simple ones. If you're worried about transferring, you just make sure you back up, like you said. Back up everything. To anywhere, wherever. And then
email it to yourself if you have to.
Yeah. So just make sure.
That's what I have to say.
Yeah, and see what alternatives if you use an app and that's not on the iOS store, on the on the App Store. See what alternatives you got, or you can if it's just a mainstream one like Twitter or Facebook, that's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
But I know there are some apps that you use I can't use because on the Android at least.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
just do your research, see which one will work out for you. I don't know. It all depends on what app.
Exactly.
Some features may be better, maybe worse. I don't know. It depends on
Yeah, and you know what? Like I say, it all depends on what you're used to. You know what I mean? I personally think that, especially now, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think people would actually love iOS for what it is. I mean, yeah, it doesn't customize as as deep as Android does, but it has really good customizations. It has a lot of cool widgets. To this day, companies are making their own widgets for their own applications. Some need a lot of work. For one, I think Spotify, the UI on that widget is not that great. I mean, I wish I could stop and start songs from the widget. And that's for any widget. Like I wish they would make it so you can actually interact without having to open the application, because essentially what widgets are on iOS is just a button to get into the application. And I really wish they would change that, and make it, a lot better for the user. But I do love having the widgets on iOS, and I think that, it's a real game changer. But it definitely needs a lot of work. And as far as changing app icons, you guys need to do research. There are ways you can change your icons. For a while, I actually had the icons back when I first had the iPhone 4 years ago.
Oh, yeah. I think I remember that.
Oh my God. I loved it. And now I don't. I did an update and it erased everything.
Yeah, you'd have to go into
So it's like that's a bummer, but hey, whatever. So there are ways you can customize it. Yeah, it's not the same as Android, and Android is a lot further. I'm not saying anything bad about Android, but especially if you have one or more Apple device, you just get sucked in. You really do. I mean, I was even talking to a friend of mine who now has an iPad, an Apple Watch, and an iPhone, and she was like, a lot of things are hard to do for school because I have to transfer things back and forth by email, plug in my phone to my computer to do this and that, and I'm like, sooner or later, she's like, sooner or later I'm gonna get a MacBook. Not even 2 days later, I get a text, hey, I'm looking at MacBooks, which one do you recommend? Again, like I say, guys, never say never.
I see, and I believe Windows 11 was going to make that better. I don't have Windows 11 yet. I don't have anything like that.
That was my next question. How is that Windows 11 going for you?
I don't have it on my main device. I don't want it on my main device yet. I paid, a lot of money for my gaming computer.
Yeah.
It now depends on the chips, on the CPUs and GPUs and stuff like that. Right now, I'm not going to. It's going to degrade performance. I've heard. I've seen some of the videos, so I won't do it. But say about maybe next year, early next year, whenever they come out with new.
We'll get a MacBook before patches. That happens.
I don't know about that. I pay good money for mine, so I'm good.
Yeah, actually, I'm still waiting for you to review your computer because
I know.
Damn, his computer is like beast. It has like the LEDs on the keyboard. You can see it, the colors change and everything.
Yeah.
It also has what I like to call an upside down notch.
Yeah, it does. That pops out a little bit on the top.
It pops
of the
up
webcam.
a little bit. I think that design is really cool, to be honest. It's different. It's different.
From this year, it's the Lenovo Legion 5 Pro. And it has, for
We
those,
can actually
you'll even look it up, yeah. So it's pretty nice. It's really nice, actually. I paid good money, so it better be. So,
Legion
5
Oh,
Pro.
wait.
Go. Man, it wasn't
Damn.
cheap. And it wasn't cheap because of the chip shortages and stuff.
Do you know where you got it from?
I got it from Walmart, but either way, you can go on the actual Lenovo website.
All right, let's go there.
It doesn't really matter. I was going to order on the Lenovo website, and I did, and it sent me a confirmation email, and then I canceled it because, my God, it was 2 or 3 months, then at 4 months, then 5 months. It was going wild. They have a ship shortage. My God, I can't talk. So if I customize it, it's not ready to go. You know what I mean? It'll take months for them to get it through and then send it to me. Cause,
You know which one it is? This one, right?
This one, the AMD one, right here. You can just click this one right here.
This one?
No, that was another one. Oh no, that's the Intel one.
Oh, whoops.
So let me go back. What, am I dead? You can't click it. Oh, right here, AMD here. More, and then I'll customize it. So here, I know they're. Oh, stop it! No, that's not what I want.
All these pop-ups are coming up.
Pop-ups.
Pop-up. Yeah, exactly.
Build. So you know the add to cart here, so I can build it. Oh, build it.
Hang on, let's
Yep.
let's go over here and show it off.
All right. Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
Share screen. All right.
Make sure.
Let's see here. Yep.
Okay.
All right. So here we go.
All right.
Let's go to the new. What am I clicking? I don't want to order it. What's this? Whoa, what's going on? What are you using? Are you using Safari?
Yeah, no, it's Chrome.
Oh, I got it. Oh, no wonder.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
11. No.
Yo, I see my best friend Solange. What's up? What's up?
Okay, I just got. I actually had this.
Damn. Okay.
And then I had actually not. This is not the right one. I need this 3070. But anyway, it was pretty beastly. I had the backlit 4-zone RGB on it, which I didn't know it had. Didn't have in the explanation on Walmart.com, but it was through another seller.
Oh wow.
But yeah, it came up much more than that. But that's besides the point. I got it. I have it. I love it.
What the heck?
But
Let's see. Okay.
So you can just cross that, or you can.
Yeah, we can just get rid of it.
But anyway, so yeah, Windows 11 is. I'm just, some PCs are ready, some PCs are not ready, and
yeah,
just the updates aren't there, the drivers aren't there. So, and if they are, they're not perfect. So I'll wait until for a while. Even though it's such a beast computer, it still degrades the performance. I just don't want that to. I just don't want to erase it, redo it. I just want to leave it alone for now.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to touch it right now. It's
exactly
fine right now with Windows 10. So, but I don't know how it's the Android and iOS. Sorry, Android and Windows 10 is going to be and do, but we'll see. When I do get it, I'll go on my Galaxy here and see how it does.
Yeah, I definitely think that. And this is for anything, you know, if you have more than one device, you know, so like me, I started off just with my iPhone and my iPad, and then I got an Apple Watch. So, and especially after you become a creator, doesn't matter what you're doing. I definitely think that, the more you have of that company, the more you're going to want, the more you get sucked in. You know what I mean? If you start off like Alex used to have, the Samsung watch and the Samsung phone, I honestly thought you were gonna get the Samsung pad and all that,
No.
So that's why I'm saying, like, I personally think, a lot of people, whatever they start out with, is what they're gonna go for, and also, it just makes sense because all those products work together. Now that being said, I personally, and anybody out there who has their own experience and their own thoughts, please comment them. But I personally think that when it comes to the ecosystem, and what I mean is all the products working together, there's nothing like Apple. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
right now, in my opinion, there's nothing like Apple.
Unless Google comes in again.
I mean, Google. I gotta tell you guys, Google is coming in fast. Right behind, and I could actually see it, and I kind of said this in a stream after the Google event. If they work as well as they are, they're going to pass Apple, and they're going to make things really good because they blew it out of the park with all their products this year. Oh, I was very surprised, and I came close to buying a Google 6 Pro.
Because there's another thing. It's called competition.
Mm-hmm.
Does Apple have competition?
Please.
Not with the ecosystem that they have. Will Google come close? Probably. They're coming right behind. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because then Apple's more inclined to say, okay, we'll just do even though the hardware, Apple's hardware is miles ahead of all Androids, and they're making it better and better. It's like there's light years ahead of any manufacturer with that seamless transition, that seamless software and hardware. So honestly, it's incredible.
I've never said this, but I'm going to this year. Apple really messed up putting the notch on the MacBooks. I'm not sorry. I am not sorry.
Personally, I kind of like it, but that's
really. Why? I mean, I don't know. I see no point in it.
I don't know. I mean, there's much more than a camera in there, but also just anything that Apple will always make something that looks ugly into really nice.
And I mean, that's how they're marketing things. Is with the notch.
And there's functionality.
I mean, I've gone on Twitter and like if I still have the picture, I'd show you. I've seen them put a notch on the Apple Watch.
Oh.
Like, imagine having a notch on the Apple Watch.
Notch on the Apple Watch, notch on the iPads, notch on your forehead.
Everything. Listen, you're kidding, but I've seen actual pictures of people putting their hair.
Oh, that way?
Yeah, cutting their hair.
Maybe I should do that next.
Oh, God. Get out of here.
Me too, Notchhead.
Very funny. That's very funny. I mean, and especially, there are ways. I'm not going to say they're not. But for me, I think especially if you want to go into content creation, an iPad is going to help you a bunch. At least an iPad is going to help you a bunch because now I'm sure that there's a lot of apps out there on Android side that you can get different editing apps and stuff like that. But I definitely think that there's a lot more on the Apple side. and it just makes it a lot better.
Much more polished and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And how many Android tablets are there now? There's really not. I honestly,
We're just turning back for me. I haven't recommend. Listen, Solange, you listen. Stop putting yourself down. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this. Yes, it's different, but as time goes on, listen, I had a lot of trouble with mine. I really did. But as time goes on, you'll get used to it and more used to it. You just need to know the differences, and that's it. I think even for you, if you do, I mean, you're slowly getting there, but if you do want to go along with your channel, I wouldn't say a MacBook, but an iPad would help you a bunch. I wouldn't tell your mom or to go out and buy yourself a MacBook. Obviously, I mean, it is better to have more apps to do editing on, but the iPad has just enough, and the power of the new iPads, let's not even go there.
So I remember Asus coming out with the Asus Transformer. It was a tablet and stuff like that. And then I don't know when they died off, but they died off. I'd say pretty quickly, but I'm not sure. There's only Samsung tablets and stuff like that. There's other tablets out there, but
Google
nothing like the iPad.
Nothing. So, I'm sorry, there's nothing out there like the iPad.
Apple's just there. It's unfortunate for some people, but it's just the reality. They're there. So,
and especially with iPad Mini, the new iPad Mini that just came out, I want that thing. I really do. I'm sorry, but I think the size of it, it's good for on the go stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The internals is really good. As far as camera, I mean, I don't know who would use an iPad for a camera, but that's really good too. If you wanted it, listen, I've seen a lot of the Android tablets, and there's nothing like iPad. Like I don't know what generation iPad it was, but I was messing with my uncle's Samsung tablet. And I quickly was like, I need my iPad. Like, this is not good for me. This is not going well.
Unless there's a company out there that's just as good or close. I would think the Galaxy Tab and stuff like that are kind of second. Maybe, unless there's, Google. Does Google have one? I don't know. Tablet.
Yeah, they do. They do.
So, I mean, I don't know.
I think, like I said, I mean, it all depends on preference and stuff. But if you want to launch a channel, I think that you would want to go with the Apple ecosystem.
If you can afford it. Even that, you can get like an iPhone SE 2020, get an iPad.
Exactly. You don't have to go
somewhere. You don't have to go all expensive all out.
Yeah. And it depends on the companies too. Like, I've always said, and this is even for Samsung, you can go on Google and literally search Apple trade-in and see there's different tabs, okay? And then, so like there's one for the iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, everything Apple. And then at the very, very end, there's the Androids, and you can go there and see what Android phone you have and see if it's on that list. If it isn't, then I would go onto the chat and ask them if they can, because a lot of the time, people have told me a lot of the time it won't be on that list, but they'll still do the trading, and you can essentially get whatever product you want cheaper because you traded in your phone and got money for it. So that's something that I suggest everybody do. I've done it for like 3-4 years already, and it's the best thing I've ever done. Yes, I would have loved to keep my old devices because I still would love to have a secondary device. I mean, for the instance of people calling me or whatever, like they did just a little while ago, I would love to have it, but what are you looking up there, bro?
Oh no, just the trading and stuff like that. No, I'm not trading in my.
He's like, I want to trade it.
No, thanks.
Oh man.
But honestly, going back to the transition from which was this whole video or this whole live stream, but the transition from from Android to Apple or vice versa, if you want to go the other way. But honestly, back up.
Just the simple things are back it up, make sure you have everything you want. And then, like I said, the very last thing for me when trading in is go to Apple or contact them and see if you can trade in for the new device. Because you can get it a lot cheaper if you trade in your old device. Depending on how the condition of the old device is. Because that's a big thing. If your device has a lot of issues, you'll probably get a lot less money than what you would if it was in full great condition.
And also going from Android to Apple to iOS, the setup is so simple. And then when you get to Android, you'd have to tinker. And I know I've done it. I've done it on here. I had to tinker, make it to my liking and stuff, which is great. Eventually, I just get bored and tired of that, and I just, not just bored. Sorry, it gets kind of I have to tinker with this, tinker with that. I got to do this. I got to put this here, do that. With Apple, it's just plop. You're in there. That's it. Make a phone call. You don't have to, update the phone call app. Update this where you can go into to about. So out here. Let's see.
One last thing that I'm gonna say is always now I'm gonna say this for people who want to switch from iOS to Android. Make sure that you turn off iMessage. Okay, I have one friend who didn't, and when I try texting him, it always tells me he has iMessage still. Richard, freaking crazy kid. But I don't blame him because he didn't know, and I forgot to tell him. But yeah.
So one of the reasons I'm saying like the phone app is right here. At least on my Samsung, I can go right here. You can see.
Alex, would you ever go to Android? He has an Android.
I have an Android. Yeah. I would go to it if my iPhone broke and I can't get another iPhone. Yeah, I'll go back to Android.
Yeah.
You know? And permanently, I don't know. I mean, I'm already on iOS. I have the watch and stuff like that for the Galaxy, but I don't know. I mean, I hate the problem with me is I'm not a perfectionist or anything like that, but even this is kind of annoying where, I want things to be up to date. All right.
Yeah.
So I can go to settings here on the phone app, and then I can go all about, and sometimes there's, the latest version is installed. So it'll say that it's like I'm always going into apps, making even on the phone app, everything else to make sure they're up to date. Even though sometimes it pops, I go on the updates every time. There's two different sections. First of all, there's the Galaxy Store and then there's the Android App Store. I have to go into both to see, because I'm always picky about that. I want all my apps updated, and that's just annoying because I have to go from one to the other. Just like Windows has the Windows Store and then has the Windows Update. They should just combine them both. This is their own store. Galaxy owns, their own store, but yeah, it's kind of annoying. I don't know about Google. Probably Google is just one thing. It's just the App Store and that's it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, with the Google, with the apps, it's annoying. I mean, I like just using whatever the phone has, installed.
That's the thing.
Because it's optimized for the Galaxy, whatever those apps are, optimized for it. So as far as Samsung's,
right.
But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of annoying. So when I get an iPhone, when I have an iPhone, it's just you get simple. It and you go and that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not worried about it.
Exactly.
I just go into one place or it auto updates. I can set it to. I can set it to this auto update. It's just to me, it's a little buggy on here. I don't know why. It's just.
Yeah. I feel that, like,
Sucks.
honestly, if you are someone who, doesn't care for the customizations and stuff, and you're someone who, is kind of, I'm not gonna say like, slow, but if you don't like know about stuff, the most simplest thing is iPhone, because iOS is just straightforward. You know, there's always different things with Android, and it just makes it a lot more complicated to learn,
Oh,
in my opinion.
well,
Yeah.
some things, you can always get Android and go, but you're gonna
Yeah.
have all these. You're gonna have all this customization, or you're not gonna want this app over here. I mean, iOS,
One thing that I hate is like you get like weird notifications from like third party stuff that like you don't even use sometimes.
What from the Android?
Yeah.
Depends on what you install and you have any apps and stuff like that. iOS is pretty nice on managing the pop-ups and stuff like that, with privacy and everything like that.
And that's the number one thing for me is privacy. Like, they can't stress it enough that you're always protected. Google, I'm sorry, but I've heard a lot of stuff, and no.
It's just the.
It's like,
I mean, I think it's as secure as long as I'm not doing anything crazy and stuff. But
that's true.
If I allow pop-ups, I will. But it does get annoying. I mean, ads will always come up on your browser, even on iOS or whatever, unless you have a pop-up blocker. If you're supporting other channels and stuff like that, you're on YouTube and you have a pop-up blocker, you can always unblock that so you can support them with that, so their ads pop up or anything like that, whatever. But it's kind of annoying. I have a pop-up blocker on here on Android and on iOS a little bit there, so cover me, because pop-ups, it's just the way the internet's going to work. Advertising profit.
Sean Robinson is saying, I'm more of an Android user as I love customizing my phone.
There you go.
Yeah, and I mean,
that's fine.
Whatever works. Yes, you can't customize, iPhone, really much. Like it's very limited the way you can customize it. But there are ways that you can, like I said, if you don't like how the apps look, there are ways that you can change how the apps look now. That's what I like. And there are actually apps out there that you can go and download, and you can see app packs. So there's like different packs that you can download. Like one, for example, is the iPhone 4 app pack that it will make your icons look as they were back on the iPhone 4. So there are different things like that.
And jailbreaking.
Yeah.
That too.
I mean, they patched that very quickly, I think.
And then they'll go back. There's always a backdoor.
There's always ways.
It's just I think I don't know if it's the licensing. I don't know what it is. But there's always going to be an update to patch that, but something else will come out, and there's people out there with and the open source community is one of the things that's really good.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Go ahead.
I think that we're going to be wrapping it up soon. So if you guys have any questions, if you have anything more to add, you can go ahead.
Let's see. I don't have any specific, I don't think, tips and tricks. I don't know. Again, like you said, back up, see what apps you can get on the iOS side if you're trying to transfer from Android to iOS. And you don't have to spend 12 hours customizing unless you want to. And not even 12 hours. I'm just exaggerating. But for me, it would take that long. But honestly, you have Apple. Boom. Just if you break your phone, just if you can get like anything, get Apple Care and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yes. I would definitely suggest Apple Care.
Because if you don't, you're gonna be paying up the wang.
Yeah.
Just that could go for any phone, but I mean, Apple's pretty. Yeah.
They are. They're really good. And if you have an appointment, it goes even more smoother. It's very quick. If you don't, I mean, depends on how busy they are. Whatever location you choose. But I think that the customer service experience that you get with the Apple team is incredibly awesome. I mean, they're so nice. The place that I've gone to, they've been like really amazing. I've been a couple times to ask them certain questions, and they help out really good. Like one time I even went years ago, and they like swapped up my phone for free, depending on your situation. But they're really good. Trust me. So I'm not just saying that as an Apple fan. I'm just saying as as a person. I personally think that there's nothing like Apple support. Even if you're contacting them through chat, they're so helpful, and they will stay with you until you get your problem solved. Like that's just how good they are.
Yeah. And I don't know. Depending on what phone you have for Android, some features you'll have, some features you won't. Depends. Like I don't think Motorola makes their Moto series anymore. I don't think, but they don't have the chop to turn on the flashlight and stuff like that. But some of those features are gimmicky. You just turn it on the app, whatever, or go on, slide down, you can turn on. Those pretty cool features and stuff like that. Depending on what phone you're coming from, you're not going to see those features on iPhone.
Yeah, definitely.
So just keep in mind with that, whatever you were used to, you're now on the iPhone.
It's going to be different for sure, but I definitely think that you'll get used to it. And like I said, everything works together very smoothly. If you were to get the Apple Watch and an iPad to go along with it, like everything's so smooth. You guys don't know. I almost always use my iPad and my MacBook when I'm home. I very rarely touch my phone unless I'm, going on Instagram or texting on WhatsApp, because I have family in Portugal and that's what we use. Things like that. And of course for YouTube purposes. So, I think that it's just so much better. So that being said, I think we're pretty much done here. If you guys have any questions, ask us now. If not, leave them in the comment section. This live stream will be up for the replay crew. Shout out to you guys for joining us, whether you're here during the live stream or our replay crew. We definitely appreciate it. For those of you guys who are on Twitter watching this, if you're not following me on other social media, please do. If you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you find me, TA Tech, on YouTube. And yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. Thank you, Alice, for coming on and sharing your knowledge of Android. And hopefully you didn't convince people to stay there. But we'll see.
Problem. We'll see. Maybe I might have missed some things, other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's always a lot more.
Yep.
Like I said, do your research. Make sure you know what you're getting into. And reach out to people. Like I said, reach out to people who know about these things and ask them questions. Like I said, the tech community is a very amazing community. So ask them questions. Reach out to anybody on Twitter, and everybody pretty much responds in a day or so. I will respond if I can. I'll respond later that day. So if you want to reach out to me, definitely do so. My links to the social media are down in the description.
And for those who want, I'm wondering if we're gonna do a follow up with this. I don't know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Unless maybe a stream to answer specific questions live, maybe.
Yeah.
But
all right.
But we'll see.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Really appreciate you guys. Shout out to Replay Crew. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Oh, by the way, one more thing. I will be back live on Wednesday, 11 a.m. With my friend Richard. We'll be talking about different home speakers to get for the holidays. So make sure you guys are there. If you guys have any suggestions as to a speaker that you guys want us to cover, let me know, and we'll definitely do that. All right, guys. See you guys next time.
Have a good one.